Hey, what's happening, Nation? It's Son Joku. I wanted to come out tonight and just kind of take a real look at the draft coming up because it's only a few days away. People are starting to get super excited. And if you're like me, there's a lot of people out there that just don't. Or, shit, sorry. There's a lot of people out there that really look at this draft and they kind of argue about it of who we're going to take. And it's starting to become worse and worse with the more people that we start talking about out there. Joe Baba, what's going on, man? And people, it seems like, are starting to turn on each other, and it kind of pissed me off. So I just wanted to put a quick little video out there for you guys, just to kind of put my opinion out there. Because as the draft gets closer and closer, nobody knows what the hell we're gonna do. That's what makes the draft so awesome. That's why so many of us do mock drafts and get super excited about it. But I mean, there's people out there that truly believe we're gonna come out and take a offensive tackle or offensive line with our first round pick, which is a definite possibility. So, I mean, don't shit on that dude's opinion just because that's what he thinks we're going to do. There's some stud offensive linemen out there. I personally don't agree with it. But if that's Gruden and Mayock's guy, and that's how we ended up with Farrell on this team, it just happened. So, I mean, don't be pissed. Don't go out there bashing on other people just because you don't agree with what they're saying out there, because there is no telling what we're going to end up doing with this draft. And it's cool as shit for everybody to come out there and be like, oh, dude, we got to go wide receiver, linebacker, quarterback, wide receiver. And, dude, we all have our opinions on it. That's what makes the draft so cool. That's the reason we all sit here and talk about it. So just don't do it. Don't bash on somebody just because they don't agree with you, because all of us sitting out there, me, you, everybody else out there cutting videos and out on these Facebook pages, they're just putting their opinions out there. Nobody has any idea what we're going to do. We could trade out of the first round completely and just stockpile a shit ton of picks. And I'd be happy with no matter what we did. I just want to see more talent brought onto this team. I did see that Tua's starting to slide down a lot of these boards, which is just crazy to me. And I'll tell you right now, if Tua's sitting out there at 12, why the hell wouldn't we take Tua? And then we do get a quarterback with one of those first picks. And I honestly would be happy as shit about that. I just want to see more talent brought on. Let's hit up some of these comments. Devin, what's up, Son Joku? You pumped for the draft. So excited to see what we do. Man, I am so jacked up for this draft. I truly am. That's the whole reason I'm putting this video out there, because I wanted people to stop shitting on each other's opinions about it, man, because anything that'll help this team, I'm ready to see. Let's go, draft week. Dude, Thursday night's going to be insane. And I will go ahead and say this. I know that Grimy Raider's a big follower of this channel, and I follow his channel a lot. He's going to end up going live on Mojo's podcast out there with a bunch of other dudes. I'm honestly probably not going to go live during the draft. I'm going to jump on there and watch it on TV just because I want to be able to kick back and drink a few beers. But then after that, I'm going to do a live show after the draft, so probably about 10:30 that night. I'm going to jump on here and just break down the whole draft, so be sure to check that out. Oh, Johnny Storm, what's going on? Devin, we just got to trust the process. That's all it is, dude. I got complete faith in Mayock out there. I know he's going to go out there and do his thing. Just hoping Gruden doesn't get in his way too much, but that's what I'm saying, man. If we go out there with that pick 12 and one of those stud-ass offensive linemen out there, I wouldn't be shocked if we took him. I know a lot of people would be pissed about it, but at the same time, it's just going to help us keep growing out there. We can't pass on CeeDee Lamb. How would you feel? I mean, I'll tell you right now, if CeeDee Lamb was on the board and we took an offensive lineman, I'd be like irate, like screaming irate. I don't see something like that happening, but I'm saying if some of these dudes are off the board, all of a sudden we have a shot at getting one of these huge offensive linemen and building towards the future, or we had a shot to go out there and grab some safety like Simmons or somebody drops or Tua drops. You just can't be shocked because none of us know what's going to happen out there. Hopefully he's still there. I'm really hoping he's still there. It's crucial at 12. Oh, CD is crucial at 12. Man, I'll tell you, if CD's there at 12, we have to take CD. We have to. He is the receiver that we've all been sitting there waiting for. Been a lot of teams talking about trading up and trying to get him, though, dude. So that kind of, I'm curious to see what happens with that. I don't think we would trade up to get him. What's up, Son Joku? Can't wait for the draft. Danny, neither can I. This is going to be insane, dude. This draft is going to, it's one of the biggest drafts in a long time, and the fact that it's all virtual and it adds that whole other aspect to it, and I guarantee you there's going to be more people watching this draft than probably ever before, because everybody's stuck in their house just kind of checking this thing out. So it'll be a, man, it's going to be a really, really good time. I'm so jacked up about it, and I don't know if I'm going to have a time to put a video up between now and then. I'm going to try to squeeze one in there, but what do you guys think? I mean, there's a decent amount of people sitting out there. Would you be completely pissed if we went out there and did not get a receiver in that first round? Because, I mean, everybody talks about how deep it is, and I would love to get a receiver in this first round, and I'd still like to go receiver linebacker, in my personal opinion, but there is no telling what's actually going to happen with that. So I'll put it out there for you guys. Like, what do you truly think is going to happen? Because, if, like I said, if Tua slips, we're going to end up getting Tua at 12 if he's out there. There's no damn reason in the world why we wouldn't pull that off. What do you think about 19? I truly think if we can trade 19 to the Colts for both their second-round picks, that's pretty much a no-brainer. I think we'd honestly be able to get probably something else out of that too. Just to have that draft capital for us would be huge, especially if we can end up making a pretty big splash at 12. But I've heard people talking like, hey, man, maybe we'll trade 12. Like, I don't see us trading 12, but at the same time, I'm not going to shit on their idea because 12 will hold a tremendous amount of value out there. And a lot of it's going to come down to just who's on the draft board when it comes down to these picks. I mean, if we're out there at 12 and that board's been picked clean of everybody we've been talking about, there's no reason to sit there and hang on to 12. Trade it back, get a little bit more capital out there and see what happens with it. Dude, that would be fire, dude. If we can get 2 seconds and still have our first and then 3 picks in the third, that would be an insane draft. That's the only reason that I like doing that so much. If we got a top-tier defensive player that pushes our defense to the top 5, I think that would pretty much be Okudah or Simmons out there. I think there's only a few like true defensive dudes out there that can make that swing. And I mean, if you go out there and can land one of those guys at 12, no, I'll tell you right now, Okudah is not going to drop to 12. Truly don't think Simmons is going to drop to 12. We'd probably have to trade up to get one of them. But, I mean, you could always use 19 to trade up to get closer. So that's the thing, man. There's so many possibilities out there. And then the wide receivers out there, I see you guys talking about that. They're so deep in this draft class. It blows my mind, dude. There are so many receivers out there that can make an impact. And we've seen a lot of these first-round players come out there that everybody's talking about. We've had them on our team. Jamarcus Russell, where he's going to be the superstar. He's the next best thing, and they're just a fucking complete bust. Like, excuse my language, but it is what it is. They just come out there, completely shit the bed, and then you wasted a first-round pick on it. So, I mean, there's so many factors that play into it, there's no telling. We'd love to get CD at 12, trade back 19, pick up the extra pick, and then grab a quarterback or best player available at that point. And I really think with the way that we've been building out there, a lot of this draft, especially when we get into those later rounds, are going to be the best player available on the board, regardless of the position that they're at. I follow a lot of these Facebook forums and shit. I put something out there and I was like, just because everybody's doing their mock drafts, and I was just honestly kind of trolling it. And I was like, well, you can go out there and take an offensive tackle at 12 and then pick up a kicker at 19. And for as many people that just laughed at it, there was people that was like, man, I could totally see that. And it's like, dude, what? Like, I don't agree with that shit at all, but like, how could you possibly agree with that? But there's people that just see it that way, and it blows my mind. But at the same time, I'm not going to be like, dude, you're fucking crazy. I'm just going to be like, yeah, that's cool. I could totally see that happening too if I wasn't just blowing smoke right now. CD was born to be a Raider. If it came down, a lot of people are talking about CD, and a lot of people are talking about him going to the pick right before us. To me personally, I don't know if you guys see it like this, there's a big difference between CeeDee Lamb and Jerry Jeudy. I know that Jeudy can do it all and Lamb can pretty much do it all, but there's a big drop-off between that, and I think Gruden honestly sees that. I think Mayock does too, of just going out there and being like, do you take that 12 pick and spend that on Jeudy, or do you wait till 19 to see if Jeudy or Ruggs is still sitting out there? And a lot of you guys want Ruggs on this team to be that dude that can just totally stretch the field. But like I said, CD can do it both. So we might trade up and get that. Please no kicker in the draft. Dude, Ray, what's going on, man? There were so many people that were like, oh, for the love of God, do not take a kicker in the first. But that's some Raider shit right there. Go out there and take a kicker first-round pick and then lock them down for 12 to 15 years. It's the Raider way right there. Seabass ain't going to be arguing that. The dude made his whole career off of that. But I don't see that happen. I'm not sitting here saying that it is, but at the same time, if it does happen, shit's completely out of our hands, man. So just trust what other people are saying out there. Believe in their opinions, because nobody knows what's going to happen out there. There's still a chance that we trade up to get Simmons, man. Every time they start talking about Simmons, I think about Gunther out there smacking Mayock with his clipboard and both of them laughing real hard, because that's a definite possibility for us. I'd honestly rather see Okudah than Simmons just because of the way our team's set up right now, but that is what it is out there. So this wasn't going to be a real long video. Just wanted to bring it out there, put my opinion out there for you guys. Just let everybody know it's draft week. Be pumped up. Be happy about it. We're all psyched as shit about it. And I just do not want to see the Raider Nation turning on each other when none of us have any effect on what's actually going to happen with this draft. So I'm going to bust one out in a day or two. And then, like I said, draft night, I'll be live probably about 10:30 that night and just kind of cover the entire draft, but really focusing in on the Raider players. So thank you guys all that came out for the live chat. I'm sorry this was a quick video, but my ass has to be up early for work tomorrow. Please click that like button on your way out, and I'll see you guys in a few days, man. Until next time, I'm Son Joku. We will see you guys later.